What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. Cicero, Illinois, or technically Chicago, Illinois, at the Cicero Stadium. I was at these shows last weekend. I'm sorry, or maybe it's over a week ago at this point now too. But Chicago, Illinois, Impact Wrestling was at. I was at both of these tapings for both of those days, so I am behind the announcers in like the fourth row. If I'm not wearing an orange hoodie, I'm wearing a black hoodie with a Bullet Club T-shirt on and whatnot. And second day it was an orange hoodie, so you'll know when you see me on the show. But I did enjoy myself at both of these shows. These were two television tapings. I basically about 4 episodes for the next month going into Emergence and Multiverse United. But I did basically I already know everything, so I don't really even need to watch the show. I just kind of wanted to go back see if I'm on TV or check out some of the segments because I only just see matches and maybe in ring promos. Uh, from all of these shows. But I did enjoy myself, and I did get to meet Chris Sabin and Kalisto after the show. So I did enjoy myself, and I had a nice time. And I was like, that was a great 2 nights of wrestling and whatnot. And I hope it translated well on TV, which I see it has done. But obviously, there's a tournament going on right now to see who will be facing Subculture for those tag team titles, as we did kick off the show with Bullet Club, Ace Austin, and Chris Bay versus Rich Swann and Sami Callihan. I have to say, I did enjoy this match here when I was there live. It was a great tag team match to kick off the show. It did end up with the Good Hands getting involved in this match. Stopping Ace and Bay. John Skyler taking out Ace with the stroke. Then after that, Sami Callihan ended up hitting the Cactus Driver onto Ace Austin for the win. So Callahan and Rich Swann move on to the tournament. So I don't even know why they had the Good Hands out there. Honestly, I thought they were feuding with the Rascals. Had some going on with them, but for some reason they had the Good Hands to get involved in all of this. I already know what happens, but I'm not here to discuss that right now. But right after that, they did have a backstage segment though with Santino, basically drinking some Gatorade. Taylor Wilde and Kylan King showed up then, basically talking about those tag team titles. Why does Shaw and them get a tag title shot before the Coven? Jessica and Courtney Rush came in and basically saying they want a tag title shot. And Santino said, why? Next thing you know, whatever, Jessica and Courtney do their huddle thing. Santino says, like, you're going to need more of that than get a title shot. Masha and Killer Kelly showed up then, basically saying, she talked in Russian, but Killer Kelly said, we'll take all three y'all on. So they'll take on all the teams in this tag match coming up. Right after that, Dirty Dango and Alpha Bravo, or well, not even Johnny Bravo, Alpha Bravo went against Bhupinder Guhar. Good match. I know they had Bhupinder, throw around Dango. It ended up with Bravo using like a strobe flashlight to distract Guhar. In Dango ended up getting them with the Eye of a Hurricane and whatnot for the win. So Dango beat him there. Basically, say he hates professional wrestling, and you can feel the heat, the body heat coming from all these fans. Jake something came out then. Um, basically, I did a lot to get back to this company. And he says, you hate wrestling so much. Why don't you just get out of here then? And he says, I'll make you leave. Dango looked like he was about to do something. Bravo tried to distract him, but he basically saw it coming as Dango and Bravo ended up getting out of Dodge. And as Jake watched on after that. Diener and Khan were talking about Eric Young after they showed that video of how Eric Young survived that stabbing and got on a motorcycle and left. And Diener says, you went on the greener pastures until you saw the shepherd. Obviously talking about probably WWE and Vince McMahon. But Diener basically said that Eric Young, that, you're not going to get that spotlight back, that you were just a betrayer and everything to the design, just like Alan Angels. And that, going back to Team Canada was betrayed, and they're going to take out Eric Young next week. Johnny Swinger basically talked about, I guess, how Zicky took out his former partner, Zicky Dice, and Kenny King and Sheldon Jean showed up saying it's the DMC championship now. Talking about Alex Shelley, I'm the real champion. Being champion of internet, champion of this, champion of galaxy. As Swinger said, what's the internet? Thought it was kind of funny. Alicia Edwards went against Jody Threat. Jody ended up winning. Not really surprised from there. I know she had Eric, not Eric, but Alicia did have Eddie Edwards out there with her, but during the match, what was it? Kazarian ended up tripping Eddie. Then Eddie tried to get involved. Kazarian taking out Eddie Edwards. Jody got the win. Kazarian got the kendo stick and was gonna hit Eddie with it, but he ended up hitting Alicia accidentally, which he looked surprised. Which the fans in Chicago, we did say she deserved it, which I actually thought was funny when people started chanting that. She deserved it as the medics came out to check on Alicia after that, as Kazarian looked very surprised to what he did. Um, Deanna called out Kylan King for next week's show. Um, Kushida went against Speedball, Mike Bailey. I thought this is one of the greatest. This is a great match, okay? This was a hell of a match to watch. I enjoyed this match live. I had fun watching this. This was some heat. This was some real heat. This was a fire match right here, and I recommend everybody go back and look at it. I'm not surprised Kushida won. Given that he is next in line for the X Division title and carries around the giant red X from the Ultimate X thing, but Kushida ended up hitting with the Back to the Future then for the win and whatnot, beating Mike Bailey. So hell of a match there. Definitely enjoyed it. Next, they had an interview with Crazy Steve. I guess they're gonna be doing for the next few weeks, and talked about Crazy Steve why he wanted to conduct this interview, and he wanted, saying that Tom Phillips is a voice of Impact Wrestling, so he needs Tom's help. And he talked about Rosemary and Havoc. They're off going out there doing their own things and having their own identities. Same with Black Taurus, and he respects Taurus, to go in on his own and everything, but he feels abandoned and his friends have become strangers. And he's been abandoned. He said that the menagerie has abandoned him, which let's remember, Crazy Steve started off in his company as a clown, but with Mike Knox being there, Rebel, and who was the other guy? Rob Terry, he was something else at the time. But he talked about how Abyss abandoned him, you know, all of Decay has basically abandoned him. So now he feels on his own right now. And it's been happening all his life. But he wanted to tell something about challenges that he had that people don't know, that, everybody in the back knows, but the people don't know, is that he is legally blind. And he talked about how wrestlers travel, and it makes it even harder for him, so because, he can't safely drive or even travel around the airport and stuff. And, talk about his handicapped him all his life, and he's had to fight through that, having that 2020 vision, and, roadblock after roadblock he has, and basically said, well, Tom Phillips asked, said, "Do you have any friends or family that have tried to help you and everything?" Because even called him by his not even Crazy Steve. He called him. He called him Steven Scott, and he says, "All right, you want to talk to me without the paint? You want to talk about family?" And he's like kind of wiping off the face paint, and they had to be continued graphic for next week. So I am interested to see what they're doing with Crazy Steve, or maybe Steven Scott, or whatever this is going. It is character development, I'll give it that. So I guess we're learning his life story now. Because honestly, I don't know what Crazy Steve is doing right now. Especially if Black Taurus is kind of doing his own thing right now, and it's really no Decay. So something must be happening for Crazy Steve or Steven Scott. I don't know what, but I am interested to see what's going to happen. Subculture, I know they show footage of them defending the tag titles somewhere in Wales. They basically talked about what they were doing and defending the titles worldwide, and that they're fighting champions, and they're paying attention to what's going on in that tournament right now. So they want to see who their next opponents are. Joe Hendry had a segment, "Say his name and he appears." And next thing they said, "Say his name again," and "Say his name and he appears. He's you are Mora." Dun dun. And Hendry said, "You're still in my thing and whatnot, okay?" Uemura said champion. And he says, "Listen, I was the longest reigning digital media champion, but you want to say we're champions, tag champions? Like, we could become a tag team." They've been tagging for a minute. So they start looking in the distance with some bad music in the background. So maybe they'll become a tag team now. I'm not really sure. But Uemura and Hendry, let's see what happens. I know they start building up, talking about Multiverse United, Emergence, Team 3D's coming back for the 1,000th episode. So they got a lot going on right now. And as they got to the main event, It was Moose, Brian Myers, and Bully Ray versus Black Taurus, Laredo Kid, and the debut of Samurai Del Sol, formerly known as Kalisto, but Kalisto did not make it to that match because Leo Rush ended up attacking him in the back and taking him out. So basically, it was a 3-on-2 then. It was a really good match. I did enjoy it. Obviously, ended up being a rough ref bump then. And next thing you know, Bully Ray's trying to pull off Laredo Kid's mask, but the lights went out. PCO returned. Big reaction for PCO. Bully Ray was shocked to see him. PCO took out Moose and Myers then. Bully Ray basically got out of dodge and started running as PCO chased him. Laredo Kid was trying to get Myers with a frog splash after that, but Myers kicked out of it. Moose ended up knocking Terus out the apron as distracted Laredo Kid, and Myers ended up hitting the roster cut for the win. So Moose and Myers won, but they ended up showing Bully Ray running down, I guess, into the alley of the building, which I remember was raining heavy that night. And basically, Bully Ray just carjacked somebody, GTA style, and he kept saying, "I lit him on fire." He got in the truck and he left as PCO tried to catch Bully Ray, but he ended up just yelling "bully, bully" several times. So yeah, PCO back. Very good main event and whatnot. Like I said, I did want to see Kushida. Well, I already like Kushida, but Kalisto. But I already know what happens here. But still, though, I did like what I saw here and whatnot. So really good stuff. In the main event, Kushida and Mike Bailey was a great match. Definitely go back and watch that. I did like the tag team match at the beginning with Bullet Club versus Callahan and Swan, and I did enjoy that Crazy Steve interview to see where they're gonna go with him right now. So interesting stuff. I will say that. But overall, pretty good episode, really good episode of Impact. I recommend everybody go back and watch the show if you get the chance. And hey, you may find me in the crowd and whatnot. So yeah, Chi-Town, Cicero Stadium. Go check it out. But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodieKnight890. I'm out of here. See y'all then. Peace out. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe also. So yeah. See y'all then. I'm out of here. Peace.